Hello and welcome students to Mechanical Engineering Practice and Graphics. My name is Juan David Navarro and I'm gonna be your TA for this spring 2021 semester. The lecturer for this course is Dr. Rao, the one on the left, and I am Juan David Navarro, your TA, the one on the right. As you see, the class is divided in two sections. One is the lecture, which is going to be held by Dr. Rao, and the other portion of the course is the lab, which is going to be held by me. For the lecture, those are going to be live sessions in Zoom. Probably he already sent the link to his meetings. For the lab, the laboratory, is going to be asynchronous. This means that I'm going to record these weekly videos and I'm going to be sharing them in Blackboard, also in a chat that I have created in the GroupMe platform. Now, on Sunday, I sent an email with a welcoming email to everyone with some important information. Please review this email that I sent. And if you haven't seen it, well then please adjust your settings on ASAP and in Blackboard on your email of preference to get all this helpful information. If we verify ASAP, the platform of the university, we see that there are several lectures for this course. The first one is OC1, as you see here in the bottom in the section column. The first OC1, that is the lecture portion, and those meetings are going to be from 2 to 2:50 Mondays and Wednesdays, and those are going to be with Dr. Rao in Zoom. The lectures the sections OL1, OL3 and 4 are going to be the laboratories, and those are going to be asynchronous. The other TA, she is Jie, and she's going to be in charge of the first lecture, and I'm going to be in charge of lectures 3 and 4. Now if we go to Blackboard and we log in, and then we go to courses, you will see that here I have the lab of this class, and there is also the lecture for this class. So those are separate, and you have to continuously check in both of them because there will be weekly uploads in both of them. Again, I am in charge of the lab, so I'm going to show you what I have created so far. The first information is the textbook. This technical drawing with engineering graphics, it's an optional textbook. The other one is Mechanical and Metal Trades Handbook. But the one that I strongly recommend is the book from Sham Tico, Solidworks 2018 for designers. It's not mandatory for you to have it, but I encourage you to have it because all the semester we will be doing activities that are coming from that book. And the book gives tutorials in a very detailed fashion. So it's better if you have the book, and that will make everything easier for you. Now here in content, I have created some folders and some guidelines. The first one is a SolidWorks installation guide, which takes me to the software that we're gonna be using. I'm gonna jump to this slide. The software is a computer-aided design software, CAD software, that is called SolidWorks. And in that software you can create geometries, 3D geometries for parts and assemblies. And also you can do blueprints of these components or of these parts. And also you can do some quick analysis that is called finite element methods. We're not going to be covering that part. We're just going to be covering the design part of the software, which means we're going to learn how to do parts and how to put all of these parts together within an assembly, and how to do the blueprints of these parts and these assemblies. Therefore, it is mandatory the use of computers. If you have Windows or laptops, it's the same. And actually, I'm gonna modify this. So if the OS of your computer is Windows, then you can install Solidworks in your own computer. You just have to go to Blackboard and click here in this guide, and that will take you to these instructions on how to install Solidworks. Please install the version 2020-2021. And here you have the serial number for the installation. So it's pretty straightforward. You just have to click next several times. That's pretty easy. Now, however, if you don't have Windows, you have a different OS like Mac, Linux, or maybe a Chromebook, you will not be able to install SolidWorks in your computer. But you can use what is called the UTSA Engineering VDI. This is a virtual environment. It's like a virtual machine in which SolidWorks is already installed. You just have to log in there and you can use SolidWorks from there. Just be careful when you're saving stuff, because those things are not gonna be stored in your computer. Those are gonna be stored in that virtual computer. So it would be a good practice if you can just store everything in a USB, or maybe just email everything to you once you're finished. The instructions on how to use the VDI or to log in the VDI are also in Blackboard in the same location under content. You will find UTSA Engineering VDI Guide. It is this PDF file, and that will take you to these instructions. You just have to follow them. Go to this website, use your credentials. You may have to install a software, but that's quick and easy. And then you can log into the VDI, which is just a Windows environment. Now, in Blackboard also there is the syllabus. If you go up in home, you will find syllabus and schedule. Please review the syllabus, that's very important, especially because the lab, as it is defined here, you will see the final grade will have 40% weighted from the classroom lecture part and 60% weighted from the laboratory practice part. So the lab is actually most important here than the actual lecture. GA and I are the TAs. Troy and Matthew are gonna be the graders for the classroom, for the lecture. There are some details about the hybrid online model and the iClicker that you will have to follow for the lecture. That's very important. Now that I mention it, in the lecture, well, the attendance is gonna be graded, and the way to grade that is through iClicker. So learn how to use this ASAP, because you will have to do it for the lecture part, not for the lab. In the lab, we're gonna grade the attendance based on the homeworks. If you submit your homeworks on time, then your attendance should be fine. Here we also have the laboratory timings. This time is gonna be only for questions, because we're gonna have the video tutorials already. And also the percentage for each grade. I already explained the attendance. Tutorials and exercises, these are the actual homeworks. So the homeworks are gonna be 15%, those are 10 homeworks, each one of 1.5%. But also, since each homework has a component of attendance, then each homework is gonna be 1% of the attendance. There are two midterms during the semester, one final exam. Uh, there are 4 quizzes and a final project. The final project is going to be in groups. However, there is an individual component to this final project, and that is that during 5 weeks you will have to upload a, one part individually. So in a total of 5 parts to Blackboard. I already explained to you the attendance. There are some more information regarding grading and webcam in case we're gonna proctor the exams or the quizzes. So you can use either a webcam or you can also use your cell phone. Just make sure to have good agreement with these examples. We need to see your working station and your screen. Nothing more. This course is actually very easy, very fun, but it's very time consuming. So just organize yourself for all the activities that we're gonna be having. I also posted the schedule for this class, at least for the lab. As you see, the next week we're gonna be having just the introduction, and we're gonna use that week to install the software. But then in week 2, we're gonna have the first homework, and that means that by January 25th, sorry, you should be have Solidworks already working either in your computer or in a VDI. I also forgot to mention that if you don't have a computer, you can request one from the university. You just have to send an email to the Tech Cafe, to this email account, or you can call them to this phone number. Please do this as soon as possible because at the beginning of the semester, everyone is getting a computer. So please try to do that and ask them to have Solidworks already installed. Here is the link for their webpage. I guess I have it here open. Here is the contact information from them and also the office hours that they have. This is a good resource that you can use in case you don't have a computer. And in worst case scenario, you can just go to campus. But since we have this COVID situation, I encourage you not to do so. Okay, I was saying that by the second week we're gonna be using Solidworks. Now, if you are already familiar with Solidworks and you feel confident enough, you can take the challenge exam. You can request that exam. We are going basically to give you an exam, and based on how you do on that, that would be your final grade for the class. If that is not the case, then just continue with the class. And at the end, I encourage all of you, well, all of you are going to be ready with SolidWorks, all of you are going to be familiar with SolidWorks, and you can take the certification exam of the software. So the company that does the software, they offer this certification exam, and just by having that, for sure you can get a job as a technical drawer in a company. So I encourage you to take it. All the students from the past semester, at least my students who took the certification exam, all of them were certified. None of them failed. So you can do this at the university, at UTSA. If you want to request any more information about this, just send an email to the lecturer. Okay, my office hours are gonna be actually it's not gonna be Mondays and Wednesdays. It's gonna be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sorry for this. I'm just recycling some old slides. And the time is gonna be 10 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. These office hours are gonna be held in Webex. This is the link for my Webex account. If you have any question, feel free to send me an email. Here I have my email as well. Or I'd rather use GroupMe chat. I think it's faster and less formal. Here is the link for that chat. I'm gonna make sure that I have the right link for that. This is the chat. Some students have already joined. Let's see if I have the correct link for that. Okay, yes, it is correct. Okay. Webex looks more or less like this. Um, to download and install Webex, well, the university has the agreement with this company. You just have to go to this link and install it. As I said, I'm gonna be having office hours Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just make sure that you learn how to share content, well, to share your screen. And if you need to record a meeting with me, you can do so as well. That's pretty much about it for Webex. Okay, I'm going to go back to Blackboard for a second. In the content, you already have the guide for installing Solidworks and the guide to install to use the VDI. Here we have two folders, one for lecture 1 and another for lectures 3 and 4, which are my lectures. In this folder is where I'm gonna post everything. All the slides for each week's tutorial, the video tutorials, all the blueprints if maybe you need a blueprint for exams or for quizzes or for homeworks. All of those are gonna be in this folder. Once you finish either a homework, a quiz, or an exam, you're gonna come to either of these three folders and you're gonna submit everything there. As you see, here we have all of these assignments. As the weeks go during the semester, all of these links are gonna be disappearing on the due date of each homework or exam. I'm gonna give more details about the rules and guidelines for the homeworks. For now, all the quizzes and all the exams are not gonna be proctored, which means that I'm gonna just send you a blueprint and you're gonna do the part or the assembly for that, and then you're gonna submit it on your time. You will have like maybe a week to do so, or maybe less time, maybe 1 day, 2 days, depending on the activity. But that is for now. It can change in the future depending on the instructions that I get from the lecturer. And everything that is for the final project, you will have to submit it here. So now that you know that that there is an activity in groups, please, I encourage you to seek people in the class. The groups are gonna be at least 4 members, maximum 5 members. So 4 or 5 members per group is gonna be fine. I don't have any problem if you want to study from people from lecture 3 or lecture 4, as long as these two are my lectures. Please don't work with people from lecture 1, because those are gonna be graded by the other TA. And as soon as you have a group ready, you can submit the list of your group. As I showed here in the schedule, there is a deadline for this list submission that is going to be February 26th. From there, we're going to work on the final project and also in some homeworks and some quizzes and everything else. So that's about it, all the information that is in Blackboard. Now I'm gonna jump again to the schedule. Here we have the 10 homeworks, the 4 quizzes, the 2 midterm exams, and the final exam. The final project, there will be a presentation. You will have to do a presentation of your project, and also there is a deadline for submitting everything that you do during the project. Spring break is gonna be on March from the week number 8 of the semester, and the last day of classes is gonna be May 4th. We're gonna have the final exam on Monday and Tuesday of that week, which are the last 2 days of classes, and then you're gonna be having the final exam weeks for all the lectures that you're taking. And the last day of final exam is gonna be May 12th. Here we have some important dates, as the Martin Luther King that is today, and some other important dates as well. Okay, so I already spoke about all of this. Here is the YouTube channel. I will be uploading everything here. There is a playlist for the last semester if you want to. I'm okay if you want to see those videos as well. It's gonna be basically the same. And some other tutorials of Abacus that I've done for my lab and some of my lab mates. So I already explained that I'm gonna be doing video tutorials each week. All the exams and announcements are gonna be in Blackboard and in GroupMe as well. I already explained to you the schedule, the textbook, also Solidworks. Now, if you need more help with Solidworks, or maybe you have a question that I cannot answer, some of our resources are always YouTube. There are thousands and thousands of tutorials about Solidworks in YouTube. And also, GrabCAD is a web page where you can find models already done with blueprints, with Solidworks files, everything. You can find some inspiration there, and also how to do some things, because they also have video tutorials there. My expectations for you in this class is: first, enjoy; second, learn; third, since we are in this COVID situation, communication is essential, so ask and communicate with me, with your classmates. As you saw, we have many activities, so practice a lot, because the exams are just the same homeworks, but in less time. So, or a little bit more complicated. So just practice, review these video tutorials. They are gonna be available to you all the semester. And also, if someone has a question, then try to help them and try to teach them. Share the knowledge that you have acquired. The design process for any part in the real world, well, you start with a design, a concept. Then you manufacture this design, and then there is an analysis process or an engineering process, and this is a cycle that I would like to show in a simple video. This is the life of a bolt in the Formula One team Red Bull, and it includes all the different stages of this process. So just take a look. Okay, to finish, these are the rules for the homeworks. As you saw in the schedule, each homework, um, it's almost one homework every week. You're gonna the deadline for each homework are gonna be Sundays at midnight. So if for example tomorrow is Tuesday, and if we had a homework tomorrow, then you have until Sunday of this week to submit it. Um, of course, any submission after the deadline will not be accepted, and thus will have a grade of 0. Everything is going to be through Blackboard, as I already explained to you. However, this is the important thing here. Every time that you do either a part or an assembly in SolidWorks, like for example this part here, I will need you to take screenshots of your process, paste all of those screenshots maybe in a Word document, and at the end save that document as a PDF file and upload the SolidWorks part file, which has a file extension SLDPRT, and also the PDF with those screenshots. Because sometimes the SolidWorks part file might have some problem, and maybe the TA cannot open it, so we can check what you do or what you did in the PDF as well. So remember always to do this for everything: homeworks, quizzes, exams, and the final project. Everything that you do, please provide the PDF with the screenshots of what you were doing. Copying your assignments is prohibited, and if you do so, you and the individual you copy from will receive a grade of 0. Plus, both of you will be referred for actions as described in the university's policy for academic dishonesty. This is also in the syllabus, and we have a policy of 0 tolerance on this. We can review in the SolidWorks files in which computers are you doing all of this. So there are many ways in which we can track this down. So let's just avoid problems. And the naming convention for all the homeworks and the quizzes and the exams, everything, is going to be the following. You're going to put first the lecture that you are in, lecture 3 or lecture 4, followed by your ABC 123. In my case is LJK 354. And then homework 1 or quiz 1 or exam 1, depending upon which activity are we doing. Those are going to be the name convention for everything that we do. I would like to show you once again the textbook that you can get, and this will have many tutorials and many of the activities that we're going to be doing during the semester. Thank you very much, and that's it for this week. So remember that for now you just have to install the software either in your computer or learn how to use the VDI, or request the computer from the university. And then in the next week we're going to be having the first homework, and we will continue from there. Thank you very much, and see you next week.